Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Yasmine and I'm a mum of two. I work full-time and make YouTube videos and I live in London in the UK. If you are new, hit the subscribe button so that you get notifications every time I upload a new video, which is 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. So today is the mummy tag video. I was really kindly tagged in Kate Stutter's video. I'll link her channel below so that you can watch her video because it's fantastic and her kids were so cute in it. Luckily, I haven't got any kids here with me today, so there's peace and quiet and I'm just going to run through the questions. I haven't pre-prepared my answers, so this is straight out of my head. I've just got my laptop here for the questions. First question. Are you a stay-at-home mum or a working mum? Well, I already said that in my intro. I am a working mum. I work full-time, although I'm really lucky and I can condense my hours into 4 days a week. So I have one day where I'm able to drop off my son at school and pick him up, and then I spend the rest of the day with my daughter who's not at school yet. Question 2, would I have it any other way? Well, I love my life, I'm really happy, I love my kids, I love my boyfriend, we have a really nice life, we're very lucky in so many ways. But of course, I mean, who wouldn't want money to be no object and that kind of thing. I think if money was no object, I'd probably do work for like a charity. So I think that's probably the only thing I would change. If money really was no object, I'd probably focus my efforts on more things in the community. I already do some stuff, but I'd love to set up a youth club. I think that's what's really missing these days, especially in London. There's so many kind of teenagers, there's not much to do, everything's so expensive. So if money was no object, that's what I'd spend my time doing rather than working. However, I'm very happy with my lot. I really appreciate what I've got and I'm very lucky. Question 3, do I co-sleep? Yes, I co-sleep. I've co-slept since my first child was born in 2012. So Callum has always been a really bad sleeper and the only place he would sleep is on my chest when he was a newborn and then next to me until he was about 2.5. Amber is really similar. She was slightly better sleeper when she was a baby, but we do put the kids down into their own rooms at the beginning of the evening, but at least Amber, if not both of them, end up in my bed by the morning. Luckily, we've got a king-size bed, so it's not too much of a squish. Sometimes Callum likes to sleep in between my legs and that's a bit uncomfortable. Question 4, what is my must-have item for a baby? Well, when my babies were younger, I was one of those mums who tried not to buy all of the big things that everybody says are really amazing. I didn't really do any kind of safety around my home. I tried to just get them used to where they could and couldn't go. So lots and lots of things that I didn't purchase that lots of mums do. I'd say my must-have baby item is probably different for both of my kids. For Callum, it was the sleepy head, so like a cocoon sleeping thing. He slept in that. He did have to still be next to me in the bed, but he did sleep in it. I think he was quite a jittery baby, and so if he was just in a Moses basket, it was a little bit too exposed for him, so he liked the comfort of the sleepy head. However, Amber hated it, didn't sleep in it. I gave it away after about 2 weeks because she just wouldn't sleep in it. I think for Amber, my must-have item was probably my ergo sling because I had my son Callum who was 2.5, so it was really good to be able to put her in the sling and then focus my attention on him when she was a newborn baby. He still got some of my time. How many kids do I plan on having? I plan on having 2. They're done. I'm not having any more. No way, nothing, no one could convince me. No amount of money in the world, nothing at all would convince me. I am done. I don't really want to be pregnant anymore, even though I did enjoy my pregnancy. I certainly don't want to give birth anymore because I have lots of complications and I get an illness during pregnancy. So yeah, it's not for me. My body can't take it again. And actually, I'm just really lucky. I've got 2 lovely, healthy children. So I'm sticking with that. Question 6 is about date nights. How many date nights per month? Well, me and my boyfriend have started to increase our time together more recently. Amber's now almost 3, so she's just becoming a little bit easier to leave with other people. As I said, both of them were quite tricky and difficult babies and had various health problems. Amber's got really bad allergies. They were also both breastfed, so when they were quite small, it was very difficult to get time away from them, certainly for me. I would say I definitely feel like me and Daniel neglected our relationship. We didn't probably spend enough time together. So now that the kids are a little bit older, I'm really focusing on trying to spend some real quality time with him. So we probably spend time, go out to the pub or restaurant or out for a day or something like that, maybe twice a month, up to 4, depending on what's going on. So, but we do spend a lot of family time together, which is also nice. I feel like I get to see Daniel quite a lot when we all go out as a family too. But that is my one thing I would say to anyone who's pregnant watching. When you have your baby, do whatever you can to just try and spend some time with your partner. I think it's really important to continue to nurture that relationship too. It's really easy to take your eye off the ball with your relationship and start to focus solely on the children. Question 7, my children's favourite show. Both my children would watch anything you put in front of them. They are quite obsessed with watching TV and iPad. We do limit it, and we're quite specific about what they can and can't watch. We try to get them to watch CBeebies because it's good, wholesome fun, but they do watch things on YouTube and Netflix as well. Amber's obsessed with a show at the moment. I'll link it down below because I can't remember the name of it. But it's basically children who are about 4 dressed up in princess dresses pretending to be Disney characters. It's on Netflix. I think it's called Kidzania or something. It's really weird. I'm not a fan of it, but she really likes it and it's nothing bad, so I let her watch it a bit. Callum, I would say he's mostly into... he is into Nightmares of Nature, which is a CBBC programme. I'll link it below again. He absolutely loves it. He is 5.5 and he's just getting into more sort of documentaries and programmes where there's real people, not just cartoons. So yeah, he loves Nightmares of Nature at the moment. Question 8, name one thing I bought before having my babies and never ended up using. I don't think I had anything I never ended up using. I was one of those mums who bought things as I thought I needed them rather than getting everything up in advance. I did buy dummies for both of my children. As I say, they were breastfed and they both fed loads and sometimes I just wanted a break. So I bought dummies, but Callum accepted it for about a month and then rejected it, and Amber literally would never have it in her mouth. She spat it out straight away. I tried, but no, she wasn't having any of it. Question number 9, my child's favourite food. Both of them absolutely love pasta. Unfortunately for Callum, he has a gluten intolerance allergy. We're not sure yet, he hasn't had the tests, but he really can't tolerate it. He gets it very, very poorly. So he has gluten-free pasta, which I think is disgusting. However, they both absolutely adore pasta. Question 10, how many cars does my family have? So I'm the only driver, Daniel doesn't drive. We have one car, which is quite a big car, it's a family car. Daniel is learning to drive at the moment. He can pretty much drive. He had lessons when he was a teenager, but he just needs to refresh and take his test. He wants to get his own car. I really don't want 2 cars as a family. I just think it's unnecessary, it's costly, but if he wants his own car, he'll get his own car, it's up to him. So we might be a 2-car family soon. Question 11, weight gain before, during and after pregnancy. I've battled with my weight since I was a very small child. I remember at 3 or 4 years old thinking I was fat compared to the other children around me. So it's quite a big one for me. So weight gain before pregnancy, I actually lost quite a lot of weight before I became pregnant with Callum. I wanted to have a baby, we talked about having a baby, and I wanted to get my body in a healthy state to do that. So I lost a few stone and I was a lot healthier. I started going to the gym and eating better. During my pregnancy with Callum, I didn't really gain any weight. My healthy eating continued and I was actually losing fat for most of the pregnancy, so my weight stayed the same right up until the end when I had Callum. I then lost loads more weight when I had Callum. He fed so much, I think it was the breastfeeding that made me lose loads of weight. So yeah, I got really slim. As soon as I stopped breastfeeding, I piled weight back on. Even though I did curb my eating, with Amber, I was much heavier when I got pregnant with Amber, and then during my pregnancy I also gained weight. It was very different to my first. I wasn't able to eat healthily as much as I wanted to because I was really tired. I was craving carbs and dairy and I couldn't stand vegetables. I had a really weird thing where I literally couldn't stand the smell, the taste, the touch. I just couldn't go anywhere near them. So I did eat vegetables as much as I could. There were salads and tomatoes and cucumbers that I could, but lots of things I had aversions to. So I put weight on with Amber. When she was born, I did lose my weight quite quickly. Again, I think it was through breastfeeding. However, I've put weight on again, which is why, I don't know, I'll link it below, but I've seen a nutritionist, so I've done a video on what I'm eating at the moment and it's working, so I'll link it below. Number 12, dream holiday with my kids. My dream holiday is to go back to Bali, where me and Daniel went a few years ago. We absolutely loved it. It was such a nice place to be, and actually I think it would be fantastic to take the kids there. People are really friendly, the food's lovely, it's really relaxed. I definitely think it would be a good place to take kids. Probably would want Amber to be sort of 3 or 4 until we went, so it's one for like a year or so away. And obviously it's really expensive to get out there, so I'd have to save, but I'd love to take the children to Bali. And number 13, dream holiday without my kids. I don't really know. I'm kind of one of those people who's happy to take my kids wherever I go. It would probably be somewhere where there was quite a lot of walking involved. So maybe Petra in Jordan, because they're too small to really keep up and do all the walking. But most places I'd be happy to take my kids. We did go on a holiday last year without the children to Dubrovnik in Croatia, and it was gorgeous. It was only 4 days, but it felt like a week away from life and the kids and the stresses of everyday life. It was such a lovely holiday, and that was really nice. Number 14, how has my life changed since my baby was born? Well, it's completely changed. Me and my boyfriend used to go out all the time, out for dinner, out to the pub, just on a whim, call each other up on the way home from work and just pop out, much more spontaneous. Now I feel like I have to plan everything, especially with the kids' allergies. We can't just pop out, we need to have a packed lunch with us or know where we can get safe food. So yeah, I would say I was a lot more spontaneous and easygoing before I had kids, whereas now I feel quite a lot of pressures of making sure that everything goes okay. And so I feel like I have to plan in advance a lot. That's probably the biggest change. Question 15. Finish this sentence. It makes my heart melt to see the love between Callum and Amber. I have 2 siblings, but they are quite significantly younger than me. We never really played as children. Callum and Amber only have 2 years between them, and they are best friends. You can ask either one of them who their best friend is and they'll say the other. They do fight, but it's so nice to see their relationship like blossoming, especially as Amber's a little bit older now. She can fight her own corner if they get into a bit of a squabble. And yeah, they absolutely love each other and really, really care about each other. Sometimes when Callum's crying, Amber will start crying and say, "My brother is sad." And it's so lovely to see. Question 16, where do I shop for my kids? This is probably a little bit of a different one compared to a lot of mums. I do some shopping in high streets, so I do buy from Zara, H&M. I really like H&M's organic and sustainable range. But I also spend quite a lot of money on pre-loved goods. I've got a bit of a Scandi children's clothes habit, and I like to buy Mini Rodini and more expensive brands like that. So sometimes I buy them secondhand. I know of quite a few mums who have got a daughter a little bit older than Amber. They buy lots and lots of clothes. I buy them off of them and they practically look new, but I get them for half the price. And I also buy things like that for Callum too. I'm quite fussy about winter coats, so I'll tend to buy them from Scandinavian brands too, because they're so much warmer. I find a lot of the coats that we get over here for kids just aren't really fit for purpose. So I'll buy from shops like Polano Pire and Molo. So again, I'll link some of these brands below because you might not have heard of them, but they do really beautiful, lovely quality clothing. Question 17, my favourite makeup and skincare ranges. So this is a really simple one. I'm a simple girl. So my makeup is pretty much all from MAC. I have made a makeup video if you check out my channel. Yeah, I would say everything I use is from MAC. Lipsticks, actually, I get YSL ones. I love the colour pigmentation in a lot of the YSL lipsticks, so I do treat myself. Usually when I'm in airport, I'll get myself a YSL lipstick. And then for my face, I use The Ordinary. Some people, again, haven't heard of this brand, so I'll link it below. I'll also link my friend Chloe's video below because she's recently uploaded a fantastic video explaining a bit about the brand. I think it's fantastic. I love that it's got no rubbish in it, and I like that you can just buy the bits that you need. You're not paying extortionate money for branding and packaging. It's all really simple, clean, really, really like it. So as I said, I'll link her video below because it explains a bit more. I'm definitely not an expert. Question 18, Huggies or Pampers? For me, it's Pampers. I don't know that many people use Huggies, but that just might be my friendship circle. Most of my friends use kind of like Aldi, Lidl, Sainsbury's own brand nappies, and I would love to use them because they are usually half the price of Pampers. However, with Amber, I never tried. She was just Pampers from day one, and that's been the way. But with Callum, I actually tried every nappy under the sun to try and find a cheaper nappy that was okay, but for some reason he always got rashes or they leaked. They just never worked out for us, so, or they were a bit uncomfortable and bulky. So as much as I hate to say it, I've always used Pampers, which means I've probably wasted thousands and thousands of pounds because they are really expensive, but for me they just are the best. Question 19, have I always wanted children? So yeah, this is an interesting one. If you ask my boyfriend, he would probably say that he thinks I always wanted children. However, I really didn't. I didn't grow up in a kind of, you know, big family with lots of children around. I didn't grow up with any kind of massively maternal instinct. I didn't grow up wanting a wedding and a princess dress or anything like that, which some girls and some women do. I just kind of went along with life, met my boyfriend when I was 16, fell in love very quickly, absolutely love him, been with him since then, and it was just like a progression of our relationship. I got to the point where I just really wanted to have children with him. It wasn't something I necessarily wanted to do with my life, but I just wanted me and him to have kids. And question number 20, what is the best part of being a mum? This is a really hard one. There's so many good things about being a mum. I would say number one is just being with my kids, holding my kids, giving them cuddles. It's just a kind of love that you can't replicate. It's not the same as loving your parents or your sister or your boyfriend. It's, you know, they're part of you, you made them, and I'm gonna cry. That's just really lovely. I just, you know, just holding them is just so nice. And then on another sort of side of things is the life they give you. So I'm not professing to be lively, fun mum all the time, because I do get stressed and I do like to laze around and ignore them sometimes when I have to, but they make me get up and go. They make me try new things, go to different places, and lots. My childhood wasn't necessarily kind of as you might see now. Certainly my children are having a very different childhood to what I had. I take them out loads. We go. You will have seen my videos. I've got lots of days out videos. I go out with them as much as I can. We see the sights, try and see different things and have different experiences. And it's almost lovely that by having children, they've given me the opportunity to go back and do some of those things that I maybe didn't get to do when I was younger. So yeah, I just love holding them. That does make me really emotional for some reason. And also I love spending time with them and doing new things. So that's the end of the mummy tag. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to tag 5 mummies with channels to do the mummy tag. So I'm tagging Becca from Once in a Lullaby. I'll link her channel below. Siobhan from Fresh Made Mama. Amy Mighalls. Sadia Fambam. And PrincessDylan. I'll link all their channels below. Go and check them out. Thank you so much for watching, and do let me know in the comments below if there's anything I've talked about that kind of triggers anything for you or you want to know more about. I'm a really open person. That's the reason I'm doing a YouTube channel, and I'd love to chat and discuss topics with you that you might be interested in. So just let me know in the comments. Thanks a lot. Bye.